All right. So we continue with section 6.1, and let's read this question. It's not a question to find a confidence interval. It's the other way around, but let me read it and then I'll explain what to do. An insurance company is trying to estimate the average number of sick days that full-time food service workers use per year. A pilot study found that the standard deviation to be 2.5 days. So sigma is 2.5 days. How large a sample must be selected? Oh, he's asking us about the size of the sample. So he's not giving us the size of the sample in this question. He wants n. So that's the second objective of this section, guys, is sometimes he will ask you to find the sample size. How large a sample must be selected if the company wants to be 95% confident? So the confidence level is 95%. The company wants to be 90% confident of getting an interval that contains the true mean with a maximum error of 1 day. So they want the margin of error to be no more than 1 day. He's given us the margin of error, which is 1 day. So in other words, guys, for example, let me ask you this question. Let's say Durban has 100,000 citizens, and I want to survey the citizens of Durban and on the average age of a citizen in the city of Durban, and I want the margin of error to be 0. How many people should I survey? Can someone guess? If the margin of error is 0, so you want the actual value. Everyone. Then the sample size will be 100,000. So if you want the margin of error to be 0, the smaller the margin of error, guys, the larger the sample size. But you know this is not possible. You cannot do it. So you must have a margin of error. He's telling us he wants the margin of error to be only 1. What would be the sample size that need to be surveyed? But remember, guys, if the margin of error is 0, that means you have to do the entire population, because that's the only one that you can be sure that you didn't miss anyone and that your answer is 100% correct. This is not going to happen. You will never see a question, guys, in the book where he tells you the margin of error is 0, because that's easy. You just say the sample size is the entire population. So if he asks you about the sample size and he doesn't ask you to find a confidence interval, let me show you how to do this. Remember, guys, we did this formula. E equals ZC sigma over square root of n. So I'm just going to tweak this formula, guys, to solve for n and put it in there, and you just simply use it. I think you can see it right here, guys, but I'm going to show you how I derived this formula. But you don't have to worry about doing the math. You just use the formula. So we're going to be using this formula n, but I would like to explain to you how I came up with this formula. So look what we're going to do, guys. We're going to do E over 1. If you don't have a denominator, you can put always 1. Like this. We're going to do cross multiplication. Like that. So that gives you E. This is algebra, guys. It's not statistics now. And to solve for n, I'm going to divide both sides by E. So you get square root of n equals ZC sigma over E. Now I want the student to tell me, what do I do to solve for n? I have a square root of n, but I want n. If you have a square root of a number, guys, and you want the number itself, what do you do? Like if a square root of a number, it's 7. You just do what?
You divide it?
Not divided.
Square
Another
it.
suggestion.
Sides.
Square it, exactly. Square it. We're gonna square both sides. And that's gonna give you guys n equals ZC times sigma over E squared. And that's the formula that you can see. I do provide this formula on any question where they ask you to do a sample size for your convenience, but you already have it now in the handout. That's the formula. And now, guys, I'm going to show you how easy it is to solve this question. So let me read it again. An insurance company is trying to estimate the average number of sick days that full-time food service workers use per year. A pilot study found that the standard deviation to be 2.5 days. So that's 2.5 right here. How large a sample must be? He wants n. Every time you see this question, what's the sample size or how large a sample must be? He wants n, guys. So this is the formula. In order for the company to be 95% confident, the level of confidence is 95%, of getting an interval that contains the true mean with the maximum error of 1 day, E. So look, guys, we have sigma, which is 2.5. We have E, which is 1. All we need to find ZC. And I think, guys, you already know what ZC is. I just did it in the previous exercise for 95% interval. So can someone remind me what was ZC for the 95%?
1.65.
No, that's the 90%.
1.96.
1.96. Don't forget them. It takes time to memorize them, but you always can refer to this as here it is. Look, that's a 1.96. So 1.96 times
Can you
sigma.
show that again, your sheet?
Yes,
Thank you.
square. Okay, ready, guys, to get the answer? Remember, this is a sample of people. So you can, so let's do it. 1.96 times 2.5 divided by 1. And I'll tell you guys what happened with this question. A lot of students forget to square this one. You must square it. Here's how you square it. Just push this key right here. .01. So what do you think the sample size? What do you think the answer is? If I give you, I'm going to give you 4 choices. 24, 24.01, 25, 26. Which one would you choose?
24.
All right, I thought that people were going to say 24. Actually, you have to round up because it's not only 24. You need 24 and a little bit. And since the little bit, we cannot get, a fraction with people. We need, an actual person. We always round up. So the answer is 25. Minimum sample size is 25. And let me write this here down, 24.01, and put a note. Round up. Not just round up, because if you round here, it will be 24. You have to round up to the next whole number. Don't forget that, guys. Let's say you wanna transport people from one location A to location B, and each car can fit 5 people, and you have 26 people. How many cars would you need? You divide 26 by 5. Let's see. Let's divide 26 by 5 and show you that you have to round up, guys. You get 5.2 cars. So how many cars should you order, guys? You need to order 6 of them because the first 5 cars are gonna be able, just to move 25 people, but you still have 1 person. So you need to get the whole car for that one. And that's why you have to round up. So it's a round up problem, exactly. So you need 6 here. So this is the second part of section 6.1, guys, and I'm going to do another example with section 6.1, just show you how to use this formula. I'm going to pick one exercise from the book. This is one. There you go. It's on page 307, guys. Determine the minimum sample size, 48. Page 307. Determine the minimum sample size required when you want to be 99% confident that the sample mean is within 2 units of the population mean and sigma is 1.4. So the confidence level, guys, is 99%. We need that. And we need sigma in the formula, which is 1.4. So what do you think the within 2 units stand for?
E.
E, that is E. That's what the, anytime, guys, you see the word within, anything that comes after the word within is called the margin of error. For example, guys, if I'm meeting with one of you, let's say tomorrow, and I ask you to be within 10 minutes of the appointment, to be available within 10 minutes of the appointment time. Let's say appointment is 1 o'clock. It means you can be as low as 10 minutes early or as high as 10 minutes late. That is the margin of error. So E is 2. And let me do this one and show you how to process this exercise. So I will write it down. So page 307. And the exercise was, let's just get the exercise 48. Number 48. He wants the sample size n. He gave us sigma to be 1.4. Confidence level is 99%. And the margin of error, guys, was 2. All you need is just, there is no calculator feature or program that will solve this for you. So you just have to do the math, put in the formula and use your calculator. So this is the formula. Let me write it down. So it is ZC times sigma divided by E squared, which is, let me show you what ZC is for 99%. Try to memorize them, guys. That will help you a lot. For 99%, guys, it's 2.575. So I'm going to use the 2.575.
We don't round that to 2 digits. You always use.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, just for those, don't round him. I mean, if you round him, it's okay, but better not to, just to get a more precise answer. And 1.4 over E, which is 2, and then square it, and watch, guys, we're done. Don't forget to round up the answer when you're done. So here is the math. 2.575 times 1.4 divided by 2. And don't forget to square. Okay, so what's the sample size, guys?
Which button is the square button? I couldn't see because it was down below.
Oh, right here. That's a square button. Just press on it and then it should square it, or just multiply the number by itself. That will do it as well. So what would be your sample size, guys? My answer is 3.249. So you should round up to what?
4.
4. Minimum 4 or more. Anything 4 or more will be good. Minimum sample size is 4. All right. That is for section 6.1.